Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wally, and today we're going to be listening to another song by Nightwish called The Poet and The Pendulum. Now, I know this song has been pretty heavily requested for, well, quite some time now, but I thought it'd be really important to do this month because, as some of you guys know, we are coming to about the end of Mental Health Awareness Month. And as I could see from some of the comments, and after reading the two letters that were written around the time that Tarja and the band were kind of splitting up, that, unfortunately Tomas, and I'm sure a lot of them as well, were going through a pretty deep depression, and rightfully so. It's never easy to lose a band member or, leaving the band or anything like that. So, it makes a ton of sense. But I think mental health is a really, really important topic that, we don't talk about enough, unfortunately. And for me, it's very important because not only do I know a lot of people that do suffer from mental illnesses, but I do as well myself. I live with bipolar depression. And, sometimes it's just hard to do everyday things or things that you would imagine to be, extremely easy, like, getting out of bed in the morning, coming here on YouTube and answering comments and stuff like that. Sometimes it's difficult. And unfortunately, that kind of hinders me a bit. But, I'm doing my best, as well as, I know a lot of people in this, in this world are as well. And, we just really need to bring more awareness to it because it's an important topic that a lot of people are uncomfortable with, and especially for people who are, just starting to realize that they're, are living with certain things, to not be ashamed of it, because really it's not their fault, and it's nothing that's really bad. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just something that we have to live with and we have to deal with. And you know what? We just need to let people know that, even if you do live with a mental illness, we still love you. We know you're not really any different. You're just like us. And hey, you know what? We're here for you. And that's why it's really important. And in fact, because it is the end of Mental Health Awareness Month as well, I am actually participating in a Pokemon tournament at the end of the week. And we've actually been doing this for the entire month. We've been doing like this thing that, if you guys want to look it up, is called like a Wonderlock. But what it is we're just kind of building a team, and we're going to have a tournament this weekend. But this entire month, we've been raising money for NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They do a lot of amazing things in terms of support, education, and things like that for communities and people who are affected with mental illness, and those who live with people who are affected by mental illness as well. So it's a really, really incredible cause. They're a great organization, and we're just really proud to be able to do what we can to raise some money for them. So I know a lot of you guys aren't necessarily Pokemon fans, and I totally get that. So I'll also put the link of the Tiltify, which is what we're using to kind of do the donation to NAMI. I'll put that link down in the description as well, just in case any of you guys are interested. But anyway, we'll get into the song now. But before we do, as always, if you are new here, just haven't yet, please consider going down and hitting the subscribe button. And if you do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the song. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, this is the live version at Wembley, and it does have the lyrics on screen as well. What a transition. This song's so hard. I'm sorry. I'm gonna rewind this just a little bit. So I just want to say, so like, okay, because I remember reading through the letters and everything like that. That I know one of the things that that Thomas and the rest of the band were saying was that, you know, the band and the music and everything, that's what they're doing. That's why they're up there. It's because of the passion for the music, the fun of playing with each other and all that kind of stuff. Whereas they viewed, you know, her as, you know, someone who is, you know, kind of, for lack of a better term, blinded by greed, or better phrase, whatever, but blinded by greed. And so, you know, kind of like what he said right there about how, like, what he said about, oh Christ, how I hate what I've become and all that. I mean, I'm assuming that that's kind of what he's referring to, and I get it. When you feel like you're kind of stuck in that kind of, you know, continuous cycle of just, you know, I guess kind of being around someone who is just has, like, I guess different motives for you, or different motives than you, and, you know, someone who doesn't necessarily share the same vision that you do anymore, and you kind of feel like you're doing it with them and for them, and your heart just kind of isn't in it, because it's like, damn, like, this is what I said I didn't want this to become. What the hell am I doing? You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, you know, reading too much into it or whatever. But that's kind of what I feel after reading the letters and everything. That's kind of at least how I'm feeling right there. And again, I totally get it. So maybe the last time, hopefully, I mean, I got 11 minutes left of trying not to pause. But there in the chorus, like, when he said, like, you know, I can't cry because, you know, the other one, you know, cries more. I don't know. Is that, again, this is me just after reading the letters, after looking at the lyrics kind of beforehand and everything like that. That's something that I kind of, like, thought about here too, is the fact that, like, I know that there was a lot of kind of, you know, infighting with the band, and some of it was done publicly and all that. And sometimes when, you know, you have two parties that are both kind of arguing and kind of, for lack of a better term, complaining about the other and all that, like, it's, you know, it's tough to do. Again, I might be way off on that. You know, a lot of you guys have a lot more insight and knowledge about the band than I do, so, you know, that's just me using my not so great English comprehension skills. I don't know. I'm definitely more of a math person, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this song so far, at least in my opinion. Again, the song absolutely rocks though. Damn. Now, maybe someone can explain to me a little better. What do you think they mean by the Pacific? Like, what does that signify here? Because again, a lot of you guys that have more knowledge about the band and everything than I do, and the history of it, might know a lot better than I do. Storm now?
I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns, long enough to find yourself screaming every night, long enough to see your friends betray you.
I'm sorry, that line right there, obviously holds a lot of weight right there. And, my goodness, though. I'm so sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to pause. Boy, did I fail at that. Well, since it's paused, I may as well say something about this. But this song is absolutely incredible. What an absolute masterpiece. Like, so many, like, different movements to it, too. Absolutely incredible. I mean, the melody to it is great. The lyrics obviously hold so much weight, so symbolic. Obviously, things that maybe I don't necessarily fully understand, even after, reading the letters and reading the lyrics beforehand and everything like that, but stuff that I'm sure you guys understand a lot more. But it is what an absolutely amazing composition. We're not even like halfway through, but this is absolutely incredible. You could just feel oh my gosh, like you could feel it in all of their songs. Like you can feel the lyrics, you can feel Thomas is just absolute like passion for the music and all that. But in this one, you just feel it so much deeper. Like it hits you right here, and it's like a train just kind of hitting you. That's a really terrible analogy, but you guys understand what I mean by that. Like a band that has lyrics that are already so substantial and so symbolic. This one just feels it was just taken to a whole nother level. And again, we're only halfway through. Absolutely insane. And I love the fact that Floor singing too, like she's kind of gone through so many different, like we've talked about in so many other videos too, she's gone through a lot of the like different genres here, very operatic to very metalish to to operatic again. And I can only imagine what the rest of the song's going to be. But all in all, so far, not even halfway through the song, this is definitely a top tier song for sure. But again, dude, just so much emotion, so much passion behind this one. For
every
sure.
night, long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes, counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first and give me a death I always longed for.
quite, again, sorry, I didn't quite, like, again, reading through the lyrics and everything, like, beforehand, like, it gave me a sense of, like, what the words were, and after reading, obviously the letters and everything, it made more sense, but, like, being able to listen to it with the actual music and seeing the different movements and how they kind of fit together, and the different type of music that is going for each of them, definitely kind of rounds things out for me. You can make so many different assumptions about what things mean and how you're supposed to feel during them when you're just reading it versus when you're actually hearing the composition altogether. And that's something I really appreciate about this right now, is being able to watch the video and hear the song instead of just reading it. And it really does, it's so much more impactful. But this one I wasn't quite sure of what the lyrics meant, but again, let me know what you guys think in the comments, though, because again, I will trust you guys. Sorry, one last thing too. I gotta say, the other great thing about being able to hear the song as well, like I said, reading through the lyrics is one thing, but when I googled, the Poet and the Pendulum lyrics, Google doesn't necessarily give you like the rundown of how it fits musically. So the way that they kind of put the lyrics down, like it wasn't like this. Like I wasn't reading it like that. So I think that's part of why, being able to actually hear them sing the song and all that makes it connect so much more, and why it has more impact. Because I understand what they're trying to say now instead of trying to read it and using the punctuation that Google's using and all that kind of stuff. So it makes me really, really happy that I'm actually getting to hear this, because this really is, again, like it was already very impactful and very symbolic when I was reading the lyrics, but dude, it hits so much harder when you're actually hearing the song and how it was put together.
Today, in the year of our Lord 2005, two of us was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
I'm sorry. That was a dope transition, though. Especially from the lyrics to, obviously this kind of fifth movement to it. But that little heartbeat and all that. And just the story of him, back in, I guess, 2005 and all that. And the way that it just makes that transition. That was such a minor thing. but my goodness, that was so damn cool. So damn cool.
Thank you.
My goodness. Man, so much passion, so much emotion, all that kind of stuff, especially in that last kind of movement there, in that fifth movement. I mean, overall in general, I think that song definitely shows again how passionate Tomas, and I'm so sorry, I know I'm probably still saying his name wrong, and I've been saying his name wrong for the longest time now, and I feel really, really bad about that. But it just shows the passion that he has for music and how much passion he had for the band and for Tarja herself as well. And man, that was a very, very emotional song. And again, that just shows the composing genius that he is, the composer that he is. Because I mean, to be able to write a song like that is just, that's special. Not a lot of people can write, a song with that much passion and emotion. There are not many people who can, change up the music styling so many times in the song and, find a way to kind of bring it all back together. And, it's a pretty crazy thing. And, and this obviously shows why you guys love them so much too. It's not just, like they said in the letters, like it's not about the money and the fame and all that kind of stuff. It's about, making the fans happy, but also the passion and everything behind the music. And that is on full display here. And you can tell by everyone's performance as well. Like every single person up on stage, even Flora, who wasn't a part of the band at the time, like she can tell the importance of this song, and she can feel it. And she can feel it in the lyrics. She can feel it in the music. And I think, again, that's a very, very special thing that not a lot of composers and songwriters can do. So that just... and again, actually, that shows why you guys want me to watch this one. Like I said, too, so many musical styling change-ups and all that. You had 5 different kind of movements in there that were so, that were so different yet still so cohesive at the same time. Again, just pure musical genius right there. And I mean, it doesn't hurt when you have 4 other musicians that are just as talented as you are. Who are, just as talented at their instruments and everything as you are. And again, that really, really shows here. But again, the last thing I want to say too is at the very end, and again, this might be completely out of pocket for me and all that. And I might be completely off, but where, I will always love you and all that kind of stuff. Like, whether he's saying that to the band, to the fans, to Tarja, to himself, or whatever it may be, I think that just shows that despite all the negativity and stuff that they all kind of went through together, like, look, they're all still a part of this, this just cohesive group called Nightwish. And at the end of the day, they created this band. They created Nightwish, and that's something that's very special, not just for them, but for a lot of us and a lot of you guys as well. But again, really, really incredible song. They just absolutely killed it. There's not a thing that I can complain about in this song. Very beautifully composed, very beautifully performed, very beautifully sung, everything like that. So again, can't complain at all. That was really, really beautiful. And now, honestly, I think this one's going to be up there in, probably the top 3 of the songs that I've heard by them. So guys, thank you guys so much for recommending this song too, because if it wasn't for you guys recommending it, I probably never would have heard this song. So thank you guys very much for that. But thank you guys very much for watching the video as well. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the song. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, and we'll see you guys next time.